Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. Now, we've talked a lot about the big races tomorrow, the Amy McGrath, Jim Gray Congress race, the mayor's race, etc. But there are other races that are a little bit off the beaten path that we wanted to make sure you were ready for. So let's start in Breathitt County. You may remember TJ Cottle. He burst upon the scene with an eye-opening video a few months ago when he released his candidacy via Facebook. Take a look.
I filed for Breathitt County Judge Executive because you just wasn't hushed.
Now, since then, we followed his candidacy and we even had him on our show. But last week, it took a little bit of a dark turn with a grim ad featuring Cottle with a gun and both of his opponents in the pictures. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. Breathitt County's been fighting about this for a while. Some were upset we did the story. Some are trying to say Cottle's disqualified himself. I don't know what will happen, but the Breathitt County Judge Executive's race should be interesting. And then there are the nicknames. Kentucky is one of the few states in the country where you're allowed to put your nickname on the ballot. That's really odd. And in rural counties, it seems that there's an abundance of candidate nicknames as a way to know who people are. Since in some of these areas, the way that people know who they are is via the nickname. So that means in places like Martin County, you have Jason Booger Jude running for jailer. You gotta like him, maybe he'll get picked. And in Laurel County, you have Teddy Fruitman Binge running for magistrate. In Magoffin County alone, the candidates on the ballot include Big Tony, Duke, Sarge, Blackbird, Buck, and a Bubby. That's in one county, Magoffin. And in Jackson County, the county clerk's name is Donald Duck Moore. We'll let you know on Wednesday how these nicknames all turned out. And then there's Somerset. In Somerset, the city's retired chief of police has decided to toss his hat into the ring for the mayoral race. But he's doing it with a unique strategy. He's accusing the mayor of unnecessary spending in a series of Facebook videos like this one.
Last year, the mayor spent over $700 for cab fare during a trip to a conference in Chicago. Let that soak in for a second.
In one of these, he even attacked the mayor for the excessive cost of a trip to a mayor's conference in Miami, which after we made a few small tweaks seems a little more like an ad for the hotel resort itself. Take a look.
In my last video, I gave you some insight to this Fontainebleau Resort in Miami, Florida, on a trip to a South Florida beach destination to a hotel whose website describes it as an iconic luxury hotel ideally located on Miami Beach. Apparently, there's a poolside bar located within the Fontainebleau called the Glow Bar. It's really nice with what I saw on their website. We have an opportunity at the Fontainebleau Resort in Miami, Florida.
We wondered more about this, so we asked the mayor, but he had no comment. And finally, let's go to McCreary County. A lawyer there is pulling out all the stops to get voters to take notice. Whitley City lawyer Austin Price set up an elaborate display. It involved Bigfoot and aliens, and his goal is to, quote, bring the county attorney's office back to earth. I have to tell you, I didn't realize county attorneys could end up in space, but maybe they do in McCreary County, and we'll find out tomorrow if he and all the other crazy characters across the state end up pulling off the upset.